we should mention anything that is relevant in these two scenes.
Yeah. I think we're done.
Pretty much.
Yep.
I'm John.
I'm Preston.
Just to recap, it starts with a newsreel. What's been happening for the past 3 years in Republic City. Spirit Wilds are a tourist attraction now. The city has kind of adapted to living with the spirits as opposed to what you saw in book 3, which was like
Trying to destroy them.
Couldn't live with them. So it's definitely like a big turnaround for the city. Kind of bleeds into a press conference with Asami and Raiko are unveiling this new updated rail system to unite the Earth Kingdom with Republic City. Brand new character introduced.
Mm-hmm.
Prince Wu. I mean, he's funny.
It's
pointless.
It really
pointless.
Seems it anyway.
It's like I got a few laughs out of him, but
he definitely seems like he's the annoying character that Mako has to deal with.
Mako is his bodyguard now.
Yeah.
And much to Mako's displeasure, he's just like he just hates him. I think I'm pretty sure he hates him. But he does his job though.
He is diligent to his job.
He did protect him, from pies.
Yeah.
Next scene kind of shifts to a Earth Kingdom town. Bandits are coming in, attacking, taking stuff from people, taking supplies. The bandits are getting away, and then suddenly a bison flies in. Opal and Kai, they dive off. Wingsuits friggin' open up. Awesome. Goodbye glider.
Yeah.
Goodbye old goofy looking.
Oh man, I love the gliders.
I like the gliders. I was gonna say goofy looking airbender clothes that they wore.
I love the robe too.
No, the robes are good, but the clothing,
the regular cloak,
Aang's clothing,
no,
was
like not good.
It was like, okay, it looked cool on Aang, but not on adult people, and we don't want to see that. But these new suits look really cool, really sleek, modern. They fly in. Kai just kind of like air bombs this jeep, and it flips, and they all fly out, and like Opal just saves them. Yeah. They're just like superheroes. Like, oh, don't worry, everyone. The airbenders are here. It's like, what a relief. But
we get introduced to, obviously, a minor character, the governor here, but he does seem to have issues with bandits attacking him on multiple occasions. Enough so that he's completely cut off from all supplies.
Yeah, all supply lines are cut off. Pretty much all roads leading into and out are cut. Kuvira. We see Kuvira for the first time in this new episode. Think Azula. The first time you see Azula.
She composes herself.
Yeah, she composes herself. I mean, even like everyone's like drinking this tea, and then, like the train like stops, and they're like, oh, and they spill it all over each other. And she's just like, so rooted into the metal of the train. She's just like not moving at all. They're like, oh, we're gonna send out some metal benders to take care of these guys, these earthbending bandits attacking the train. And she's just like, nah, I'll take care of them. And she freaking just completely owns all of them.
All of them.
She's this really cool, like, metal bending, shooting these little metal plates out from her armor, kind of attaching handcuffs, blinding them, and then handcuffing them, and then magnetically, like, pulling them all together. Not sure how that works exactly.
Psychic airbend or metal bending. Your guess is good.
But how is she keeping them magnetically
linked together?
Connected?
Because she's awesome.
Basically has them all lined up behind her, like just magnetically like fused to this train track or whatever, and just kind of she's standing there like not even saying anything. And they're all like, "Oh, you're Kuvira? Oh, we're sorry." Like, she's obviously a person of authority and power. They say she's she has united 90% of the Earth Kingdom, more like conquered 90% of the Earth Kingdom. Not entirely sure how she's getting away with that. People are not aware of what's going on, I don't think.
It doesn't seem like there's a lot of newsreels out there, so probably not a problem for her to do some.
I mean, it's just
shifty ultimatums type stuff, like join me or I'll kill you with the next train that comes through here.
I mean, like, it just, well, you brought up, like, Kuvira working for, or working with or for Prince Wu, but you see in the one scene with the pies, like, oh, they were Kuvira supporters and they're throwing pies at Prince Wu. Like, what is that all about? Yeah. I mean, I'm just very confused. Unless you have a different take on it or something.
I think she's acting as regent, but she has no intention of giving the throne to him.
But how could she do that?
Easy. She just stops him from getting the throne.
Kill him?
Yeah, that's one way. Or use him once he has the throne.
I guess there's just not a lot that we can really go off of right now to really make any big assumptions, all we know right now is that she's just really focused on uniting all these Earth Kingdom states. They call her the Great Uniter. I'm sure we're going to get some backstory on her, hopefully in the next episode when we get backstory on Korra. The next scene, Kuvira makes it to that town that Opal and Kai were at. And big kind of reunion scene. We get Bolin reunion with Opal, who are apparently dating, have been dating. I guess they were kind of dating in
sort of
3.
Yeah, they certainly hinted at a future relationship with the two characters.
Yeah, and it looks like Opal is kind of opposed. Opal seems very opposed to Kuvira.
Yeah.
And everything that has to do with Kuvira.
As where Kai doesn't seem as opposed. Like, maybe Opal knows something that we don't know. It could just be the fact that her brother betrayed her mother.
Yeah,
I think it's probably more a family issue.
It's more personal to her.
Yeah.
It's much more personal to her. Yeah, not really sure what all the drama is. Then we have Opal and kind of Bolin and not really agreeing, not really wanting Bolin to even be associated with Kuvira.
We also have Batar and Kuvira's relationship.
Batar is the eldest brother of Opal and
an architect, at least in appearance, like his father, studied under his father.
Mm-hmm.
And probably Kuvira's biggest weapon in uniting all of this land together.
I wonder if them getting married is genuine or if it's just something else.
Like a ploy for her.
Like a ploy. I guess we'll find out, won't we? So the governor kind of refuses the offer. He says that he knows how she does business. She kind of just comes in and just takes over everything. He said that there's ore in the land in this area, metal, resource. We
assume it's to power her war force.
It's not readily available. It's not something. It's not like Earth.
Yeah.
You need it. He refuses. Kuvira basically hands the contract over to Kai and kind of is like, well, if you can get him to sign, we'll wait at the border for a day. Talking about her disapproval of Bolin and Kuvira, kind of just his involvement.
We also have Kai mentioning that it seems like at least he's growing up while he's under Kuvira's management, which Opal apparently has some serious concerns about what that's making him into. So,
this scene is kind of ridiculous. This guy just freaking swoops in on a freaking plane, comes up behind. Okay, let me start over. Opal and Kai decide to, because all the supply lines are blocked, the roads are blocked, they can still travel by air on the Bison and deliver, supplies and things to people in need. They want to save the town without Kuvira, so they try to do it this way. They basically just start flying up, and they have all these supplies tied to the back of the Bison. I'm really surprised the Bison is not dying from all the
weight on it. Yeah,
these are new and improved bison.
It's stronger, faster, smarter.
These bandits come in and swoop in on this plane, just like a pro. Like has this like freaking like grappling hook gun,
yeah.
fires it off, perfect shot, hooks it,
slides down. In like a. He knew exactly what he was doing. Like he's done this like 17 times. It's no big deal.
Dodging, Kai's airstrikes. Dodging the airstrikes.
Like he sees it coming, dodges it multiple times.
Pulls out this crazy looking double-edged sword. I mean, I don't know. You think this? You think that this character is going to come back? I don't
think he's going to be an important character, but like, he's going to have a role. Probably not a big one, but
these aren't just the bandits. I don't think we got the scene with her, kind of more or less forcing the bandits to. Kuvira forcing the bandits to join her
or die,
and it's like, okay, now we have bandits attacking conveniently.
The only hope that the governor has of sustaining his village without signing her document. Yeah. It's well timed, if nothing else. If it's not her, coincidence is definitely on her side.
You have Kuvira, who's like, she's the good guy, apparently.
At least as far as most of the kingdom is concerned.
But her goodness, her help, comes at a cost, comes at a price. It's like, we'll help you out, but first you have to sign over your whole land.
Everything you own is now hers.
Kai and Opal have only been airbenders for 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, this might be like the first time they actually
had to fight for something
and to do things on their own, to kind of help people. Like, how long does it take to train airbenders to get to the stage that they're at,
Plus, this obviously isn't their first mission, so they haven't been training the entire 3 years.
Yeah.
So, the training they've gotten is probably, probably very good, probably very basic also.
Mm-hmm.
And you run into a guy who apparently has no fear of any kind of airbender, swinging in with his double sword, slashing stuff. It's probably not even a fair fight, to be honest. The guy probably has done this on several occasions.
He must.
Or something like it. I don't know how you train for that.
Yeah, how often do you encounter other airbenders flying supplies on a bison,
You can fire your hook gun in perfect accuracy. I mean, this guy's Batman.
Basically, yeah.
He's Batman.
I'm pretty sure he's Batman.
Yep.
So the governor kind of signs this contract. He has no choice. He even says, he's like, did I really have a choice?
Yeah.
You kind of can see just how defeated he is, but, he's looking out for his people. He's just trying to just keep, help them survive. And, Kuvira comes in. Her people come in. They're all goody-goody, handing out boxes of food and supplies. I won't mention
what they might look like.
No, but we all know.
They look like Nazis. No, I mentioned it. Sorry.
And then it's like, oh, look, wow. I mean, in a way, it's kind of like, okay.
It's a very cool scene because you have that, they walk in, they look menacing. Like the first couple scenes, you see the big mechs come walking out. You got the guys in their air or face masks, like poison gas masks. I'm not entirely sure what that is on their face. And then in the very in that same scene, you have them passing out food to sick children. And you're like, I can't really hate these guys. They haven't established these guys as true villains yet. You're like,
they are helping people, but
they are helping people. Like you can understand both Opal's reaction whenever she looks at Bolin, where she's like disappointed and she just walks off, and at the same time I can understand Bolin's reaction where he's like, I'm doing what's right. I'm helping these people. What do you want from me?
It's a lot of mixed emotions. Actually, you're like, really you feel for Opal because okay, well, we know Kuvira.
That Opal's probably right. Unless the show just goes in a horrible twist I ain't expecting, Kuvira is definitely the enemy.
Opal kind of looking at Bolin, disappointed, then kind of walking off. This is her kind of getting ready to do something bigger.
Yeah.
To me, Opal she just seems like she could almost be like a stand-in for Korra, I think. She has the passion and she seems like she really wants to do something.
Yeah.
She's very opposed to Kuvira. She's very opposed to just everything there, and she's realizing that is the biggest threat. Like, some people aren't taking it that way. It seems like most people are just kind of like, oh, well, they are doing good, you know. Like, she'll be the one to kind of like act against Kuvira, I think.
I think for the longest time she'll probably be the only opponent to her.
Next scene is the
post-dinner scene at the Air Temple.
Yeah, the one that, you know, Prince Wu needed like 5 hours to get ready for or something.
Yeah.
And,
Not a whole lot happens in this scene. You have a kind of funny moment with Milo. But the biggest thing that we find out is that, much to Mako's horror, he is not out of the job of being Wu's bodyguard anytime soon.
I love how Lin like.
Oh,
like,
I meant to.
She's like, yeah, about that. You know, it's like, Lin.
Couldn't have, just a little forewarning would have been nice, but
I just don't think she cared that much. Mako seriously was completely horrified.
Crushed.
He was just, his soul was crushed.
He died.
He died a little bit inside. So obviously need Mako in the Earth Kingdom. Something's going to go down in the Earth Kingdom. So then we get like a little scene. We get like a little scene where they're going to see Korra coming back on the ship, and come to find out she's not there. Her dad comes out. Naga, you know, runs out. No Korra. Where's Korra? Oh, I don't know. I thought she was here with you guys. She's been writing us. She's been writing us letters. I guess everything's fine, you know, until you get here, and then oh no, she's not here. Then where is she? And then of course, then it cuts to
Korra
just getting the crap beat out of her.
She didn't even put up a fight. It wasn't even close. Like it's almost. I'm not sure if she intended to lose or if she is still badly injured and she couldn't win. I don't know what was happening there, but she did not stand a chance against the Earthbender she was against.
Korra, if you saw my video about the podcast, I talk a lot about Korra's. This season is going to be all about Korra's internal struggle. Korra is not herself. She doesn't look like herself. Different haircut. She's not trying to even associate herself with being the Avatar.
Yeah.
I almost wonder if she has like a code name or something, like a different name she's going by.
If she even gives them a name, yeah.
She's wandering. She's unsure of herself. She does not know what her purpose really is. And that's really about it. I mean,
that's pretty much all we've seen so far.
Yeah. I mean, the biggest thing I took away from this last little scene was, besides the fact that she was like denying who she was, the guy came up. Oh, you look like Avatar. Looks like that Avatar girl.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, I get that a lot. You know? Like whatever happened to her. And she's like, I wouldn't know. I don't know what her like plans are. I don't know what she's doing. She's just like wandering around, just like doing something she kind of knows something about, which is fighting and losing apparently, and getting some money just to survive while she moves to the next part. Does she have a purpose of traveling? Is she trying to find
anyone?
Korra could not be more interesting. Seriously, she's so interesting right now. Her story is very, very interesting.
They did a very good job of bringing a lot more humanity just in those little scenes we have seen of her. Because, you know, after the end of season 3, you've got all of what she's obviously had to struggle through to get to this point. It'd be interesting to see where we're going or what has happened in the last 3 years to her in particular.
I like this version of Korra though. I like this wandering version. I really hope they delve really deep into her psyche and just what she's going through, because I could do some really, really interesting things with this if they really want to. Gosh, I'm just so interested in like how she got to this point. I mean, yeah, she looked very, very distressed at the end of book 3, obviously, but
she almost seems apathetic. She doesn't seem to care after this first episode, at least from what we've seen, which is admittedly very little.
Yeah.